One second. This book, Rainer Maria Rilke. It's Letters to a Young Poet, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's Rilke giving his advice basically to the younger version of himself. And one of the big things he says is to look deep inside yourself and examine the reason that bids you to write, and check whether its roots are deep in the deepest region of your heart, and admit to yourself whether you would die if it should be denied you to write. And so he goes on to say a work of art is good if it is arisen out of necessity. So if you zoom out and look at what you end up doing when you're troubled or when you're stressed and you have no quick fix, no simple escape, obviously people can turn to drugs or fornication, and those are quick fixes. Those are things that maybe patch it up initially but don't last. And then there are things that really, through discomfort at first, actually start to fix the problem at the root. And those things all require upfront effort. And I was sitting in one of my first classes today because I just started college, new school, new apartment, by the way. Maybe I do a tour of that. And I'm sitting there very observant because it's the first time I've ever been in this class and seeing all these people, seeing this school, whatever. And what I end up doing is I end up writing, just saying what's going on around me, saying my thoughts. Oh, the teacher's talking really quietly and wearing flip-flops. Why does he not have a microphone? Type of thing. And then it hit me, oh, this is what I end up doing when I need to sort something out in my head. And for a while I've wondered, is writing the thing that I really like doing? Because I've put a lot of eggs in that basket in terms of publicly talking about writing on my YouTube, on the TikTok, whatever, to other people. And I try to do that less and less just because it's my own thing, but also I have no idea what I'm going to end up doing. But what I ended up figuring out is that for my entire life, I've written out of necessity. And I've always been looking for a pattern. What are the things that I did when I was a kid that would lead me to believe writing is really my avenue? And I remember being in a classroom, second or third grade, and I was very curious about how words fit together. I liked the technicality of grammar. I liked words. And my curiosity was mostly around that. And then as I've gotten older, I've kind of used it as a tool to take something out of my head and put it on a piece of paper. If something is really troubling me, there's pretty much two things I do. If it's really fucked, then I go for a run because that's just a complete sedative. But for the most part, the long-term processing of any event, any hardship, is for me done through writing. I've explored drawing, started that this year, started making music. Music's definitely up there, but given the two types of remedies, you have physical remedies and you have mental remedies. I've got physical activity, which would be running, lifting, jiu-jitsu, whatever. And then writing is, for me, the top tier activity to just make me feel like I understand what's going on. Let me find this quote from Richard Feynman, who's tough as hell. I really like this. He says, "Study hard what interests you in the most undisciplined, irreverent, and original manner possible." So whatever you think you're moving towards long term, it's not going to be like walking through a cloud. It's going to be bumpy and unpredictable. And I think, honestly, it happens whether you wanted to or not. Wherever you're supposed to end up is pretty much where you're going to end up. So I hope that leaves you with a good taste in your mouth. But the last thing I want to talk about is Stephen King. He has his book on writing. And pretty much his advice is not to go to college for writing. Because inevitably, whatever you go to school for, whatever is an obligation, is become disenchanted. Whatever you have to do is not going to be something that you will do to the best of your ability. Hemingway says that it is a shame that writers end up making money. That's what always ruins writers, is that they make money doing it. Because then they're writing for a paycheck. They're not writing to write. So, update on the book. Anyone wondering, I am still writing the book. I guess people will probably, if anyone followed the writer's block series, you probably wondered, oh, is this guy just quit the book? No, I didn't quit the book. It just takes so much longer than I thought, which is a pretty good lesson. But I'm still writing the book, and I'm going to publish the book. So, what else do you want to know? That's all I got. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Peace.